Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Lobotomy Corporation. Good morning. In our last video, we got through day 24. We didn't lose anybody, and we understood everything there was to know about Letitia, I think is her name. Originally a wee witch, who after we observed her completely, able to figure out what her name really is. She doesn't seem too dangerous, at least she doesn't escape, which is good, but she can possibly kill our people if we're not careful, with a gift that she likes to give them. Let's go ahead and take a look at her really quick to remind ourselves what she's able to do, and then we'll do a quick summary of the other abnormality, what we saw of it, and then we're good to go, everyone. I also feel like I should probably, at this point, apologize for the lateness at which the videos are being uploaded to my channel. I've been sick for the past week and haven't really felt like recording because of it. I had, and still have, a slight tickle in the back of my throat, which occasionally causes me to cough. It's really stupid. And it's annoying. But thankfully, it's not that bad. Alright, so let's get started. So here she is. Letitia, I think is how I'm supposed to say her name. I find it interesting that it was a wee witch at one point, and then it changed when we reached observation level 4. So she must have called herself that, and then we learned her real name afterwards. This image here, this heart with looks like all these eyes on the inside of it, probably is, I guess, a hint as to what bursts out of a person from their chest if they get too far or they work with the abnormality for too long. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what we learned about her. Attachment work is best, which is good. We have another abnormality now which we can do high-level attachment work, and she's an HE, which is useful for that as well. Looks like she has a pretty decent gun, and her armor actually is good too, so I like this. Her helmet doesn't have any penalties to it, and she doesn't escape. In fact, she also has no cupola counter. We need to be careful when we work with her, because if we have a normal work result is when we trigger her special interaction. She'll give us a gift of some sort. I'm assuming it'll look like a heart. And from what Alexander was telling me about her, if we assign someone to work with another abnormality, that person will eventually die if I don't cancel that work. This is a little different than how it works normally, from what I can tell based on Alexander's trying to describe the mechanics to me. Fairy Festival kills someone when they begin working with an abnormality. Like when they walk into the containment center. She sounds like you have either a timer, which counts down, and you don't know what it is, or there's some distance you have to travel. And when either of these or both of these are met, this bursts out of the heart and kills that employee. And probably runs around the department trying to kill other people as well. So, in other words, when I assign someone to work with a abnormality, so it's not when they walk into the containment center, it's whenever I assign them that job. So, generally, I'm thinking if anyone does get her gift, they'll just be hanging out around her down in the central command team. She's all alone in that hallway. The only other abnormality is the tool abnormality that we're going to try to use today. But otherwise, yeah, she's not so bad. She's not so bad. And here's our tool abnormality. We didn't even try to use it yesterday. It's a required uses abnormality. It looks like some sort of, it's a machine of some sort, and it looks like there's some giant wind-up to it at the front of it. So, and it looks like there was something on the side of it, looked like lanterns or something, and I'm guessing that when you rotate the twisty thing, the knob or what have you, that one of those lights fills up. And I don't know what it does. So this is going to be kind of fun to figure this out today. Because I'm going to try to understand everything about this abnormality, let's say kill someone instantly, we're going to probably be retrying day 25. I don't know if I should rotate that twister thing every single time today, but I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna find out what happens to us when I do it. So be prepared that this may be the first day where I'm actually retrying if events go horrifically wrong for me. Now, on that note, by the way, assuming that something does go bad, I'm going to probably try fighting one of my WoWs today as well. If I'm going to retry a day, and today may be a day where we are retrying, I want to begin practicing on some of the other WoWs, or at least see what they do when they get out. So I have some knowledge about this going forward, because I get the impression that things spiral out of control very rapidly as these days go on and you get more abnormalities with you. Void Dream. Wait, is it Void Dream? Does Void Dream, No. Okay, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I thought for some reason Void Dream had some sort of call. It does. That reduces the sanity of everyone. Okay, never mind. All right. But I am a little worried that perhaps, similar to like the clowns, an abnormality, we don't have one, I guess, that does this, but I'm pretty sure there's probably at least one that does so, might run around and release other abnormalities. And so, instead of having complete, or we can have a fail spiral go out of control. Like, we could have 2 abnormalities escape during the day, 10 people die, and then, 30 people die, and then Clouded Monk escapes. And then that triggers the 3rd escaped abnormality, and then Black Swan is very close to escaping, or escapes as well. Sorry, that's Dreaming Current, that's not Black Swan. Black Swan escapes. And so, I need to begin understanding how to fight my WoWs. And so, if something goes bad today, and I'm going to retry, I'm going to send someone in here to die to this abnormality so we can understand more about it. And we'll also try to fight probably Clouded Monk and see if we can handle him. Also, because I lost day 23, because I stupidly deleted it, I'm going to let Funeral of the Dead Butterflies get out of its containment unit twice today on purpose, so that you can see what the fight is like when he escapes. He's not that bad when I was fighting him. The battles were very similar to the Scarecrow, in that I had a good team there, they were able to quickly defeat him, it worked really well. So I will be doing that today with him, at least twice, once again to show you guys the fight. Alright, so I think that summarizes... Oh, no, not quite. We have a new hire as well today, everyone. Welcome, Alexander, whose last name I cannot pronounce. You asked to be on the team, and here you are. And Zayjed, I will refer to your character as a he. You are the prettiest guy we have in our department. I switched your armor around as well, Zayjed. So I think this looks rather... I think it looks rather good, the samurai armor with that bow tie. Oh, and Alexander also informed me that I can hide some of our gifts. I spent 15 minutes trying to figure out how to do it, and it's very easy, but I never would have noticed this if not for checking on the Steam forums. There's this button here, and when you click it, you can pop up or hide these gifts. They still affect you. They're just hidden, however. Now, when you can only do this when you reach level 3. You're forced to view them until you're level 3. When you're level 4, I think, you can actually lock a gift. This is different than hiding it. This says, I never, ever want to lose this gift, ever. So, for example, I have locked the pipe in my mouth at this moment. And I think, did I lock the bubblegum on you? Yeah, I locked the bubblegum on you, Chris. I think that looks a lot better than your, than that looked on you. We have too many people with the same gifts. I also finally went around and removed the, Well Cheers gift. Well, hid it on many people who had it that I just didn't like the look of it on them. Basically, I'm not playing dwarves, and so I don't want the characters who are female here to have a beard and to have a goatee. That's just wrong. This Roguelite, it's so weird looking. Alright, so with all this said, everyone, I'm now going to cut this part. And when I come back, we will do what I did last time. I will hover over every character for like 5 to 10 seconds so that you guys can see what they look like. Then I'm going to quit the game again, come back, and we'll be ready to play. And in these cases, it will also be silent, because I also really liked how that last video came out, because I was watching it with you guys after having recorded it already. And I'm gonna try doing that from now on. So give me a few seconds, I'll be right back to look at all of our employees with you guys. In a few seconds, I'll be right back to look at all of our employees with you guys. Alright everyone, hello! So here I am, watching the video right along with you. Welcome aboard again. Alexander, you asked to be part of our group, and we have just hired you. I really like your hair. Mujum Students, welcome aboard again, sir, from the last episode. I don't think you've dropped by this video series yet, but we're glad to have you. Helmet hair, we still have you having helmet hair. You're going to have the entire episode. I'm glad the XCOM went so well. ZJed, I think you look fantastic with the samurai armor and that bow tie. Mwah. I like to stay home, winking with the eye armor. I think that's rather appropriate. One eye armor with one eye. David sees no takers for him. Look at that. He looks angry. Very angry. I like it. Got the pistol, the angry ash armor. Lennon Soul Hacker with the what's what I'm looking for? The rather smug smile. Master Survival looking rather innocent. I'm so glad I figured out how to remove some of the gifts. Admiral Fang looks pretty intelligent with those glasses. Really like them from Spider-Bud. So 42K, not sure what he's making out of his current outfit with the shork being used as his ranged weapon. Hey, I like that hair looks like a lot like my hair actually. I like it. I like the suit with the pipe as well. Moving over to the crossbow now. Chris Patai chewing bubblegum with the earring and the rifle and der Freischutz armor. Tillman with a new rake on his back for extra black damage. Just trying to check to see if that does any special attacks this episode. Dia, scared as always because she's not actually in combat at the moment, but she calms down once she's entered into it. Heisel, looking as confident as always with that eye raise. Now using the cannon. Donna, I never explained Donna. I'll try to explain why we have Donna with us when we get going. She's wearing the Scarecrow outfit to help her out today. Jasand, great looking outfit with those horns, the umbrella, and I like the glow of the Fairy Festival gift. Like that Seine, looking rather angry with that mask and his sword. Adorkable, looking fantastic now without that mask on. I like the horns on your head too. Robber Baron looking a little... I forget what word it would be. Because of the T, I can't pronounce it. Looking a bit apprehensive. Bruno, though, and Windwater with those matchsticks in their mouths look like they're ready for anything. I'm wearing some of our better armor, too, that we have from Dreaming Current. Alright. That's everyone. That's I think, a hint for me that I am ready to begin management. Oh, right, I quit right after I recorded that, so I'd have even more time in order to play the game before it begins to stutter. And let's go. Alright, everyone. So, we don't have any new abnormalities to manage today. My number one, what I want to do for the priority today is try to understand as much as I can about this. Yep, I don't know what this is. We're going to probably try to fill all those lights and see what happens when we do so today. It's got 9 required uses. Yeah, I would like to get at least 4, probably 5 done today. Maybe all 9 if we're allowed to. So we'll see how that works. The very first thing I'm going to do is what I normally do and get people into their different control groups so I can quickly call upon them in a minute's notice if I need to. So that means separating people into the type of damage that they do, and in some instances, if they're ranged or melee. Crisp Atai, since you still are using the rifle from Der Freischütz, you are in a battle group all on your lonesome, so I don't have to worry about your damage piercing friendlies if I was to send you into combat. So let's talk about Donna really quick, everyone. So in the episode which I lost, episode 23, I had been showing off the game to a coworker of mine. She was interested in what games I was playing, because we were talking about video games, and she was playing New World. And so I mentioned this game, and when I was describing it, she's like, it sounds like a simulation game. And I was like, it is a simulation game. You're managing the monsters under your care. And she immediately went and bought it. And then I wanted to show her what the game was like a little bit. And so I had created a new character to show her how LOB points are spent. I was describing some mods. Then I showed her how work is done with the Scarecrow, showing her what happens when a creature gets out and how combat works. And then I showed her as well how to manage like something easy, like the Fairy Festival, and what all the different works are, and how they correlate to the different stat lines of your people. And she was super excited to play it. She's Korean herself. And so she was interested, I think she's Korean, and so she was interested in that fact this is a Korean game, very much so, and she liked it. But then a new Pokemon game came out, so she's been playing that. But anyway, when I made Donna, I thought that retrying the day would get rid of her, and that I would be reset back to when I had first entered into this day, without any LOB points spent, and no Ichio gifts aside. When I saw that it kept what I had done, I was so thrilled that I would be able to save all the pre-deployment work. So that's why we have Donna, because I had created her using one LOB point and decided, well, I made her, we're not going to throw her away, so. Alright, so where's my paper? What can we talk about, everyone? So first off, after this episode, from now on, if you guys leave me any comments, I will try my best to read them on screen, because we're going to have times like what's going on right now, where I'm doing some miscellaneous stuff, and I can talk to you guys about the comments that you guys have left. I think when let's see, actually probably pull them up if I have, okay, I can do this, let me see. So if I go here, and I go to Manage Videos, and I go to my Lobotomy Corporation, and I say Details, and I want Comments, and take out what I haven't responded to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to your comments, guys. It's been a while since I've done this, but I can do this far easier in this situation where I am not playing the game at the same time. So JZ says, Tim, it seems fine that you create a commentary track on top of gameplay. The one point when you said that reaction during the gameplay was in the audio of your voice, it was hard to make out as if the mic was far away from me. So when I was assembling the different parts for the last video that I uploaded, I noticed that the amount of decibels in parts 1 and 3 were unbelievably loud. It was blaringly loud compared to me recording my voice over the game. I have had numerous issues recording on my computer because when the computer gets a Windows update, or when I move the computer to the living room because I have guests over, which will be happening Thanksgiving, the game's audio, changes. I've jumped forward in time. Okay, hold on one second. Oh, okay, and we're gonna try out the new device. No, I'm gonna work with the WoWs first. Oh, everyone is now outside of the creatures I want them working with for the day. Okay, and I'm going to want to do work on the WoWs first, because they suffer from a Kupaloth overload and reduce the success chance afterwards. So I would like that to go away, which is what will happen after we reach the new danger level, is what I'm going to call it. In the upper left-hand corner, we have you see those two numbers, a 1 and a 3? the number on the left is what I'm calling the danger level. When that goes to level 2, all the monster overloads will be reset, and we will recover all the ammunition that I have used back up to our maximum, I think. So doing work with the WoWs, and if I had any Alfs, would be the most important thing I could do now, because when we reach a new level, those are reset and the penalties are removed. So I always want to be doing work with the WoWs on every danger level that I possibly can do work with them. So that's what I'm currently doing here. Alright, and back to you, JZ. So the levels, the auto levels were just awful. And I've noticed I've had this problem numerous times in the past. So now that I am spending quite a bit more time working on these videos, I went through and lowered the audio in some of those spots where it was simply overbearing. Like, you guys would have torn off your earphones and lowered the volume as much as you could. It was horrifically loud. So I'm going to be checking that from now on before I upload my videos to make sure the audio levels are correct. Okay, and what I'm going to do here with the Funeral of the Dead Butterflies is I want to lower its Quilpaloth counter, because I want to show you what a battle against him is like, since we missed that in episode 23, and I fought him easily 5 or 6 times because I didn't quite understand why he was getting out of his containment unit. So, JZ still says, by the way, to clarify, ZJed is still him. In world, ZJed is married to Dr. Mrs. the Z-Jed. Been rewatching the entire Venture Brothers saga on that HMax network. Edit. So the last 2+ years I've been talking to very few people in person. My being clever to make a half pun, half joke may not have been conveyed very well. So, JZ, no apologies necessary. I haven't watched any of the Venture Brothers saga. I think I've seen a clip that involved the Galactic Inquisitor, and I often use that at work where I shout "ignore me" all the time while I'm watching people work on some code that I have written and so on, as a joke. Everyone understands the reference, and often will link me pictures of the Galactic Inquisitor, but I'm very unfamiliar with anything else Venture Brothers saga. So I mentioned that as well. Return to you, and then JZ, you mentioned that you're not sure about that title episode. The Venture Brothers really needs to be watched from season 1, episode 1 upward. Watching just an episode at random will only reveal the surface of a many-layered saga. There are story arcs. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so I've turned the first one of those, and everyone, while I was doing that, the face I'm making, I am gritting my teeth in absolute fear. I have, like, or pain. I'm so worried I'm going to lose someone whenever I interact with the tool. Or an abnormality for the first time. I have no clue what to expect. Oh, and JZ, I did read your Singularity post. I haven't got a chance to respond back to it yet. I will try to do so after this video's done. In fact, I'm going to leave a comment on your comment right now. Okay, so we're leveling people with their Freischutz. It's very important that I do work with the WoWs and HEs in particular, any of the higher level abnormalities, because they give me more PE boxes if the work is good, generally, than the lower level ones. And because the amount of experience points they earn is better. So it says, by the way, this is called backwards clock. 1 light turns on and energy is charged for each work done with backward clock. Now, I didn't read the other text because I was busy talking about stuff no one cares about. Everyone's outside. Yeah, I'm waiting for work with, I'm waiting for the Funeral of the Dead Butterflies. Yep, okay. So, oh, did I sent someone in there to work with him on repression. Right, but the person I sent in there must have been Robber Baron, who is designed to work with Funeral of the Dead Butterflies safely. So now I'm going to send in Adorkable, who has Fortitude level 4, which means that Funeral of the Dead Butterflies will not be happy that she has finished work with him. She wants people with it wants people with Fortitude level 3 or less working with him, and Justice level 3 or more working with him. Robber Baron, again, is specifically designed to do that, and will be continuing to do that in the days ahead. So after Adorkable is done, no matter what she got for a work result, it will lower his Qupaloth counter by 1. And I think if the work is bad, it would lower it by 2. Well, I've got people hanging around in the information team not doing anything. I would like them gaining some experience points, so we're going to send them into all these rooms. And we've just hit the new danger level 2. We've got a Red Dawn coming up, I see, as well. And I can probably have a few more people go in to get some work done. I'm looking... Okay, oh, that's interesting. And I just realized what my issue was. I'm looking around for where the alarms happened, and I don't see any. This is because pausing the game, the highlight around the rooms faded. I should probably be looking for the meter. Yeah, like what's on Der Freischütz. I don't even think I saw it on him. There's Spider-Butt. Okay, so the red corners is what I'm looking for, but that blinks. I need to pay attention to who has the countdown, and I don't realize it at this moment, but we have an objective to complete today, which is that no room, we want to make sure that when these meltdowns happen, that we deal with it in every room that had it happen. We do not want that countdown to reach 0. I think when I started this day, I mistakenly believed that it was referring to the Qupaloth counter on each room. And that I am already committing to the fact that we're going to get a 0 on Funeral of the Dead Butterflies. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually circle that counter right now. Yep. Yeah, so I'm thinking that that is what our objective wants us to keep above 0. Not the actual counter above the rooms, but I'll realize the mistake a little later. 100% success as well, Adorkable. Well done. And I'm a little confused at this. Okay, yeah, so here's me thinking that the Qupaloth Meltdown timer is 0, and this means that we're failing this because I'm absolutely going to let Funeral of Dead Butterflies get out. But I'm a little confused because it has, once again, nothing to do with the Qupaloth counter. It has everything instead to deal with, do I get someone in that room before the meltdown counter has counted down to 0? I should have sent the Adorkable in here again. It won't matter who I send in here. Well, it does, I'm sorry. It matters very much who I send in here, but I should have sent the Adorkable in. So, well, okay. Yeah, I'll talk about it. So the reason for that Adorkable is because when the Qupaloth... Oh, hold on. Let's watch Jason activate this again. And he lived, and we got a 3. We've learned something else about Backward Clock. Nothing happened when employees lower than level 3 attempted to work with it. Is your future totally grim? Have you hit absolute rock bottom, not a single way out in sight? Have you ever thought, oh man, what if I'd done this instead of that? Humanity has conquered disease and something else. Okay, but it mentioned something about time. So now I'm going to believe it has something to do with time travel. And I'm thinking it might set me back to a certain danger level, and those numbers somehow indicate how it's going to do that. I should have noticed that my wows need work done with them, but I'm not sure if I did. Okay. Oh, some people are wounded after working with their abnormalities, so they're going back to get healed. Other people will, yep, do more work with their information team. Helmet Hair, yep, is doing work with Void Dream today. Someone should do work with Clouded Monk. Actually, nope, no, they shouldn't. We're about to do this. All right. Notice that he's not even out yet, and immediately Bruno began attacking him. Adorkable, you did the same thing on day 23. I thought it was amazing. Like, the moment the room got dark, you immediately began attacking him. So he has 2 attacks. He'll point at someone as if his finger's a gun, and then he'll snap his fingers. and that person will take a decent amount of sanity damage, like 10 or so damage. He has a big AoE attack, which we just saw, where he puts the coffin in front of him, opens it, and all these butterflies fly out of it. Anyone in that AoE will take sanity damage or white damage over time, as long as that effect is happening. He's rather easy to put down, though, as we just saw. I had no issue suppressing him during the times he escaped. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool when the room went dark and Adorkable immediately began attacking him. Like, not even a moment's hesitation. Adorkable realized something was going wrong and immediately laid into him to make sure he wouldn't get out. The first time that you worked with him, Adorkable, on day 23, I had you do attachment work. So, he hates attachment work. And so what happened was that you, as I think he does, you had a higher fortitude level than he wanted, and the work result was bad. And so in both of those cases, his counter, I think, ended up decreasing by 1 each time, and he got out immediately the first time I worked with him. I forgot to send people into... No, I did not forget to send people in those upper areas. People have worked with them, Tim. Oh, I think I'm getting ready for the Red Dawn now. And I believe, it's my belief that I believe... If I recall what was going through my head at the time... I believe that all of my different departments, the people in them, can probably handle the Red Dawn without me needing to call up my previous battle groups. I've got 3 or 4 people in each group. The clowns are not very difficult to kill. We can probably kill them quickly with any single group. I just need to make sure that I have people assigned to guard certain hallways if they show up. I really don't want... Yeah, the safety team in particular is... there's 2 WoWs over there and an HE. And I really don't want any of them to escape. I don't know what Dreaming Current or Black Swan does at this moment. Actually, I don't know what any of the WoWs do at this moment. So we're going to try to figure it out. Okay, yep, I'm waiting for Helmet Hair to heal. We can slip in one more piece of work before I trigger the Red Dawn. Alright, so while that's happening, I guess I'll talk about another comment. So, Like That Say Nay says, Tipperith, no! That was sad. Maybe this has happened so many times that Tipperith no longer cares. The cheers for the beginning. Alright, here are the clowns. I'm a little nervous. Helmet Hair has sheep armor. Maybe he shouldn't be the one tanking the clown. We absolutely have to kill that thing before it reaches Dreaming Current. I don't want it releasing it. Or rather, before it actually can... it's been outside his door for so long. There's no real danger about that clown freeing those abnormalities, but I would like to save the PE boxes if I can. I think that clown that you're near, Jason, is leaving that room. Oh, we don't want Lady Fixing the Wall escaping either. Why am I circling? Oh, they're combat faces. Oh, that's what's happening. I'm zooming in to show everyone's combat face at the moment. Robber Baron, yeah, you 3 should stay down there. I really don't want any of those guys escaping. Do I zoom in again to look at what my employees look like? I am doing so. Nice. Yeah, you 2... Yeah, it takes just 2 of my people. Actually, probably just 1 of my high-level people could take out any one of these clowns. When the clown dies, I want to get the people away from it as soon as possible so we don't take any AoE damage. Good job, Admiral Fang. Yeah, even my low-level people can handle a Red Dawn. There's no real danger here. Not any longer with the armor that we're wearing. Maybe for my really lowest level people who have 1 fortitude, I would want to be careful with them. But otherwise, we've got what it takes to stop them. I'm looking around to see where else any other clowns could be. Oh, and I'm a little nervous that there might be clowns stacked on top of each other. I tend not to notice that, and they'll do that very easily. We still haven't gotten notification that this ordeal is done, so there is a clown somewhere. Good work, guys. I think I go down, and do I look? Oh, I did not. I should always check Clouded Monk. Okay, I am doing that really quick just to notice what's his Quilpaloth counter, and we didn't lose 10 people yet. So it's still at 3. Alright, now I'm getting people kind of back to where I need them to be to handle either suppression work or begin working with the abnormalities that I want them working with. And Robber Baron, yep, we're sending, I think, humans for backwards clock. Let's use it a third time, everyone, and see what happens when we use it a third time. Two. Robber Baron's still alive. Nothing bad has happened yet. It's a WOW designation, so it's very dangerous, or could be, yeah, very dangerous. This could wipe out everything in my facility, if that's correct. It says single use, which is what this is, and we didn't learn anything else about it. Yeah, I'm circling that WOW multiple times, because that screams, this is very dangerous. Be very careful with this. And I'm very concerned that nothing bad has happened yet. Alright, so while I'm moving people around, let's talk more about Like That Say Nay. So, one more time, Like That Say Nay, you said Tipperith, no! That was sad. Maybe this has happened so many times that Tipperith no longer cares. She had this frown after Tipperith left. Coping mechanisms, perhaps? Or maybe being carried... Maybe being caring is the thing that makes you wear out faster. I get the impression, Like That Say Nay, that she just doesn't care anymore. She just views other Tipperith as another machine to be utilized and used without any concern to how it feels. I get the feeling these aren't entirely machines. Maybe the Sephira are hybrid experiments for Angela to make her more human, as you guessed her wish was. I don't know if they're experiments for her, but I can totally see that being the case, where like maybe someone had designed these earlier on, and Angela was the end result of all the earlier experiments, the closest to a perfect version of one of these that was indeed created. And then their memories were wiped earlier. There does seem to be some human components, or living components, I suppose I should say, in them, right? We saw like guts and blood in Tipperith when it was smashed. So that's very troublesome. I'm not quite sure how it's being done, though. I'm sure if we make it far enough into the game, we'll find out more. Alexander has said, "Hey, Tim, about that girl and the gift she provides on normal work result. Wording is indeed confusing, as you can't cancel the ongoing work, but you can cancel the work before the agent reaches the room. Hope that provides you a hint. It's also fine to work with other abnoms as long as there's no gift of hers on the agent." You can also you can also toggle EGO gifts appearance and lock them on the deployment stage. Useful for when you don't want the gift swapped or there's an overlapping, like with the bondage mask and ecstasy bubble. Alexander, thank you so much. That was so hideous, and for many of the gifts, I didn't want them to be shown, but I thought there was no way to do it. I don't know if I showed it on screen, I think I did, but I discovered that to toggle the gifts, you see that orange arrow to the left of our character's stat lines? Click on that to bring up the options. To toggle a gift on or off, just the graphic, not the effects, requires a person being level 3. You can also lock the gift so that, toggled or not, the person will never lose it. And to do that, the person must be level 4. I'm never going to... Well, actually, I think I did toggle the lock on 1 or 2 gifts for my people. I think the ecstasy bubble, for example, I locked. But otherwise, more often than not, I'm not going to lock that. Alright, we have another Quilpaloth meltdown. I'm looking around to see where the timers are located. Or, sorry, where those red corners are highlighted. Someone's got to walk into Theresa and use it just for a few seconds. I think this is when I finally remember bullets. Yes. So I'm going to use a bullet to try to shield... Yep, I'm double checking. Try to shield her from taking white damage. Perfect. Alright. When she walks in, that shield should protect her from taking any white damage from the Scarecrow. Helmet hair. Yep, we're going back over there to do attachment work. I don't know why I circled him. Oh! Oh, helmet hair, you got the horns on your head. Nice. Hey, you're almost 100% a sheep now. I'm looking around for more of those corners. It's so helpful now that, man, everyone watching me play the game is so useful because I see so many things that I miss when I'm playing the game because I'm so busy playing the game and trying to talk to you guys at the same time. I miss so many things. Someone's got to work with one sins. They're walking over there already. I cannot stress enough, everyone, that I didn't notice that those counters are present on any of the containment units which are on meltdown. Holy crap, Adorkable. Yep, let's get you out of there before I forgot that you were even in there. Let's get you out of there. Someone's got to do some work, yep, with crumbling armor. Actually, they don't, but I'm sending someone in there anyway. Go right back in there, David C. You should survive against Spiderbud. Someone's got to do more work with Yin. I think I'll send myself over there to do that. Oh, nope. Chris Patai, you're going back over there to do that instead. Someone needs to work with Black... Oh, someone just came out of Black Swan. We have 12 seconds before we're going to send someone to work over there again. Alexander, by the way, then says, well, Fairy Festival is kind of a worse... Oh, I mentioned, by the way, that to thank him about that, very much about explaining how Letitia works. And it strikes me as being... Well, actually, I don't quite understand how Letitia works. I get the impression that it's either a length of time spent working with an abnormality, or it is a distance traveled. And I'm not sure I understand how it works. So... Alexander points out that Fairy Festival is work because it will insta-kill the person when they walk into the room, and at least you have some time to get the person out of working when you have the gift from Letitia. I don't know how I tell when someone has that gift from her, though, and I don't understand how it functions. So if things go wrong today when working with the new, we're working with that tool abnormality, I will try a few things. Oh, hello. And I'm just realizing now that I cannot use the bullet when the person is inside the containment room. That's odd for me. I thought we shielded her and she's taking damage. So I cannot use bullets on someone who is working with an abnormality. Interesting. I'm worried about losing her, so I'm going to pull, her down there. Let's do some insight work. With Yin, with you, Chris Patai. You could use maybe like 2 more hit points till you're maxed out on that stat. I'm looking around for... Oh, Tim, Black Swan needs someone working with him. Yep, someone's got to go up there. I still don't know if when the counter runs out, the person escapes. The Quipleth counter is reduced to 0, or if it just lowers by 1. I should check the manual for that in between episodes. I can do repression work. Or instinct. Both of those are good for me. Alright, up I go. Looking around for any other meltdowns which are currently ongoing. Yeah, so thank you, Alexander, very much for the EGO toggle in particular. I would have never realized that was something you could even do. I've never pressed that orange arrow button to get that other panel up. And actually, I had to go look that up online. It took me like 10 minutes, 30 minutes of searching because no one said how specifically it happens. So that was kind of frustrating. The armor is okay for Clouded Monk. The weapon looks like it's awful for Clouded Monk, so we're going to take the armor. It's WoW armor. It's not awful. I just don't like the increased sanity damage that we take, but I can... People who are using Regret, that's a better option than Regret, so we'll give them that instead. It's a higher ranked armor that provides almost the same resistances, thus making it better. It's 2 levels higher than Regret, right? Regret's a Teth armor. And Cloud Monk's armor is WoW level. Chris Bataille says, nice part. Don't mind the delay, fam. The commentary over gameplay is pretty good, I'll say, if it helps you focus better on managing the abnoms. Okay, hold on. I used a white bullet on myself to shield myself, and this is when I discover that the bullet's shielding, whatever it is, immediately expires upon beginning work with an abnormality. I am kind of confused. Is that really the way that works? I think I'm going to try to send someone else to work with another abnormality and shield them. She does, yeah, okay, so she does black damage. Let's see if I use a black bullet on her before she goes, on him before he goes in there. I think I do so. It was my understanding that the shields totally protect you from all damage until you reach that damage threshold. I think it's like 50 points. Or a timer expires. Okay, no, I didn't bother doing it with Jisan. And well done, Chris. Normal work, but normal work is fine for Yin. He doesn't mind that. Sorry, I'm seeing what I'm doing next because I've been talking about some of the comments, but I should be watching what I'm doing on screen, but I guess we'll keep reading. If it helps me focus better on managing them abnormalities and explaining what's going on after, then I support it. Thank you, Chris. I support this as well. This is much easier for me. It's so much easier. You have no clue how much easier it is for me. Oh, someone needs to spin backwards clock. Someone needs to walk in there and do it. I'm so nervous. This is the 4th light we're lighting up. God, I don't want to do it, but I need to do it. So, in you go, Bruno. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm like, it's a WoW. It's gonna probably kill half my employees. I don't understand what this tool's negative is. It's gotta have a negative. I refuse to believe this is as useful as, like, the Heart of Aspiration. It's gotta be bad somehow. Sure, Tillman. We can send you in to do insight work. Just to get some more PE boxes with that abnormality. Here we go. He survived, and Backwards Clock's chamber is doing something really weird. And we just completed the workday, everyone, so we could quit. But I want to know, after all the lights have been turned on, Backward Clock can be activated. However, Backward Clock can only be utilized once a day, so please use it wisely. I still don't know what it does. Yes, we can rewind your wasted time. Just wind it up, close your eyes, and count to 10. When you open them, you'll be standing at the exact moment you wished to be in. I don't understand what it does, because Backward Clock has still not told me what it does, because the writing isn't very informative. And if there's any penalties to it, I don't know what the penalties are. Someone's gotta walk in there and spin it. So it sounds like we've now charged Backwards Clock. Now it's time to turn it. Now it's time for me to see what it does. Who's going to activate it? I'm not sure just yet. Chris mentions that the robots with the organs is pretty messed up. He loves the story of L Corp and its world. I don't know why, but there's that curiosity to know everything and say, what the hell is going on? I know the full story, but damn, the themes that this game and the sequel radiate is just wow and depressing. More will be revealed if core suppressions are successfully suppressed. Prepare to cry. Oh man, that's kind of sad. Like, that's, oh man, that's amazing. it sounds like there's been quite a bit written for the game world here, that there's a lot of lore about it, and that's always super cool when they put so much time into developing the lore. Even if sometimes it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or there's some plot holes, it's still nice when the developers make that effort. I only bring that up because I've encountered some games have incredible amounts of lore. Then we look at it again, you're like, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or this world is horrible to live in. But it's still super cool to read about all of it, and the ideas people have are incredible. It sounds like this game they put in a lot of time to build up what's actually going on in this setting. I was under the impression this was our world, this was some sort of secret facility, but no, I think this is something completely different. Like reading about, like, I think there's a RPG called Rifts, and it would be like reading about that world where it was an apocalyptic event, and now Atlantis raises from the sea. There's all magic ley lines are present. Technology has jumped out of the charts. Aliens have landed. There's all sorts of chemicals and mutants are running around, and all sorts of other chaos happening. I love in particular reading about all the different types of lore for all the different worlds that you can roleplay in. And I think I was sending Adorkable in to work with the backwards clock. So Adorkable, you're going to be the one spinning it. And we just hit another meltdown, so people need to go in and begin their work with the abnormalities. If I can sneak in a little more PE boxes towards getting some more of the EGO gifts, I totally want to do that. And Chris, you said, as for me, what did I do again? I see that I have Durbro's rifle. Did I get collateral while suppressing? Yes. I didn't understand how the rifle worked. It read like it might pierce through the entire room, but I wasn't sure if it damaged friendlies or enemies, or if there was a limit. So we ended up fighting a Violet Dawn, and I had you contribute to the battle. And it was only you in that hallway with some clerks, and you hit the moving stomach, and you killed the two clerks. And I was like, okay, your rifle travels the entire length of the hallway you're in, and hits everything in that hallway, is my guess. So that's why you're also working alone now while having that rifle. I asked you what weapon you would prefer, and you've mentioned that you don't really care what weapon you use. So we'll use the rifle with you at the moment, but I may actually take the rifle off of you. It's super useful in very specific situations where I have a good amount of enemies in one area, like the Amber Dawn, for example. Or if there's if I have a room that has multiple abnormalities the clowns might let out, and you can be on one side of the hallway and just fire into them and hit all the clowns in that hallway all by your lonesome. But in the big battle, where I need multiple people suppressing, that rifle will get all of us killed. So it's a mixed blessing. Like, I think everything in this game is supposed to be, in a way. Alright, Bruno has said, I don't mind the gameplay after comic gameplay. Good to see him being put in danger. Yeah, thank you, Bruno, for the thanks, by the way. Yeah, so my intention is to not keep anyone behind, but I'm just super nervous. Like, Alexander here has 17 hit points. And if you have lower than 40, I'm not going to throw you into combat. I'm going to keep you away and use my other people to do the battles. And even then, it depends upon what we're fighting. Like Dawns, once you have 40 hit points, I'm going to throw you into battle against any of the Dawn encounters that we have. Noon, it depends upon the encounter. And Adorkable, here we go! Adorkable from the Central Department has died. Seeing such incidents makes me so sad. Everyone? We lost Adorkable. So I know I'm going to look around to see what happened with this clock. And I'll be right back to talk to you guys about it in the game. It didn't even count as a use, so I don't understand what required uses 5 would tell me. I'm going to look around a little bit more, and then I'm going to unmute myself. I'm going to talk a little bit. This is me saying I'm absolutely going to retry the day. And I think I unmute myself now. Hey everyone. So, talking now that we've activated it 5 times, nothing happened. If something happened, I don't know what happened. We didn't rewind time. It looks like we didn't. Looks like nothing happened. It just Adorkable died when she activated it again. So I was hoping to at least gain the 5 uses, but us activating backward clock didn't actually fulfill this. So I don't want to lose Adorkable. There's no way I'm losing Adorkable. So we're going to retry this day. But this video at least let's do a few more things. So now that I know I'm going to absolutely retry the day, there's a few more things I'm going to do. We're going to send someone into We Can Change Anything who has a lot of life, so I can fully understand this one by letting them die. Because again, I'm going to reset the day, so we're going to get everyone back and all their equipment back, I think, and stuff like that. And then I also think we'll have someone melt to the Portrait of Another World if we can watch that to see what effect that looks like. I'll try and release Clouded Monk or one of my WoWs so we can try a fight as well and see what that will be like. So let's let everyone finish the current work they're doing, because the only thing this is going to matter now for our employees is just the PE boxes that they're getting for working with these abnormalities, because my employees are going to lose all the other stuff that happened this day. But now I'm going back on silent, and let's keep playing. All right, everyone. So I made up my mind. We will be retrying this day. When I say we don't want to lose Adorkable, I want to be clear that I think that later days we might have to lose high-level people in order to see those days be completed successfully. So when I say don't want to lose Adorkable, what I mean is that this day is easy. We didn't lose. Nothing bad happened. And if I'm going to lose someone to backwards clock for no benefit, I'm just going to retry the day. We'll do the day again. We'll activate backwards clock 4 times, and then we'll finish the work day. So instead of now just giving up and saying, well, that sucked, let's retry, why not try a few more things and see if I can understand how some things work? A heads up, everyone, that I do not understand what actually happens when I hit retry day. I do now, because I am watching this after I've recorded it. It is my impression that when I retry the day, any of the PE boxes I have earned with these abnormalities stay. And that I will gain back all the EGO gifts that I lost, and Adorkable will be returned back into our roster. I am wrong about some things. I am sending people into work with We Can Change Anything because I'm going to think that everything we uncover gets kept, and that is not the case. When we retry the day, I'm going to lose all the information I gain about these abnormalities. Oh, right, good. And I'm trying to understand how your Fudgeshit's payment works. And I thought someone would have to walk in there. And no, it's an immediate. Okay, 10% of your energy is gone. Now I'm going to see, how does it work? And it looks like his bullet clears the entire screen horizontally when we fire it. I'm going to want to check that again to make sure. But now I understand how der Freischutz works. Everyone, I haven't looked up anything. So this is all new to me, what's going on. I really want to understand how everything functions in the game. And so this is giving me a fantastic opportunity to do that. I'm going to... I can tell you a few more things I'm going to do. We are going to release Clouded Monk. I'm going to fully research We Can Change Anything and be rather disappointed with what I discover, because I understand everything about it right now. And we're going to see what exactly happens with Letitia when she gives a gift to someone. I can't remember if there's anything else I test. And I'll be back, by the way, after the gameplay is ended. I'll be talking like another 5 minutes at the end of this, or maybe 10 tops, when we're back at the deployment screen to try to summarize some of the things that we did. I completely forget about this here, right where, I forget about Letitia entirely, though. But I want to know what happens when someone gives the gift and I want to see what happens if that person has the gift. Like, I want to see what does it look like? How do I recognize someone has her gift? And then, as well, what happens when that person works with an abnormality? I want to know. I'm looking at like to stay home because I'm trying to decide, can he survive working with Letitia with a 50% success rate? And I don't think he can. Because the black damage might be too much. He might die in that containment unit. As usual, I would prefer myself to die. So I'm going to head in there and see if I can fail this and get within the normal work result. So you guys are aware, I would always prefer to kill my own character than someone else if I think death's involved. Alright, let's use the fire shoots again. If I fire from the far left-hand side of the screen, does it go all the way across to the left? I'm looking around to see where are the most employees that I also don't... Where are the most clerks without any agents? Because I'm pretty sure this may kill a few agents. I don't know how much damage this does. In the end, I decide, yep, to fire it here. We'll also get a chance to see how quickly it travels the screen. I'm expecting Destruction 42K to... Okay, Admiral Fang, Helmet Hair, JZ, and David C. all died. It looked like I think I saw 60 or 80 black damage show up. So it does a good amount of damage. Yes, and we killed so many people that now Clouded Monk's Quilploth counter is at a 1. Perfect. So, okay. I'm assuming that the way the bullet is shaped indicates the direction the bullet will fly as well. So if it was like up, the bullet would fly vertically up. And if it was facing to the left, it would fly horizontally to the left, not the right. So, okay. I have an excellent idea of now how the fly shoots works. I want to release Clouded Monk. He will be our first WoW, and I want to see what he's capable of doing. Someone needs to do some work, and it needs to be an average result, I think, for a chance to have it come down, or a bad result for a great chance for it to decrease. I'm not sure where I should tank him. He's a WoW, and we haven't had... So from what I've seen about our HEs, they have like there's like 2 attacks. Looks like enemies can make. And the same thing with the green noons. They have a range attack and then a melee attack. So I'm assuming all these WoWs, all these abnormalities have 2 types of attacks if they break out. They might have even more. I'm not sure, but at least 2. Yep, we're gonna watch Clouded Monk. We also, by the way, as you can hear, we got a trumpet because so many people died. That is now triggered one of the trumpets. Things are going bad. Alright, awesome. And he looks nothing like what I expected. He stripped off all his clothes, and it looks like a gaunt beast of some sort, crawling around on all 4s. Not at all what I would expect a monk to do. And he has a melee attack, and it looks like it does about 30 points of red damage. Let's shield Dia. Oh, there we go. Come on, guys. Get him to the battle. Let's zoom in to watch him fight. He has 1,200 life. He is weak to pale damage. And I think he's weak to red as well, if I recall correctly. But he's enduring everything else. Oh, sorry, and he's very endured against white. So I don't even think I need the white damage people here. Yep, I'm practicing my bullets. Wow, yeah, white damage does almost nothing. We'll get it. Yeah, get out of there, Robber Baron. I think is he charging up something? I'm trying to understand what he's pausing right now before attacking again. I'm going to move Dia away since she's tanking and see if he chases her. He's got some horrible scream. And it looks like he's got an insta-kill because he just ate someone. Look at all the blood in his mouth. That's absolutely horrific. And he did that at 50% of his life. Or just about 50%. Alright, so we've learned how to deal with him. So when he does the roar, I need to move people behind him. I wasn't sure if that was going to be like an AoE attack. Alright, and next thing I'm doing is I'm deciding myself to work with We Can Change Anything. Because I want to understand this. And because I'm not going to assign someone to do some work that I wouldn't do myself. Remember, we're going to retry this day, everyone. So, every person that we lose, they're coming right back. And again, I'm under the mistaken belief that we will have kept all the research we're doing right now on these abnormalities. So, I'm thinking that we will fully understand, which is to say, the lore will be completely filled out before We Can Change Anything. And that absolutely will not be the case. In fact, I'm thinking that what I'll probably start doing is sending a level 1 person in to We Can Change Anything so I can begin getting more of it unlocked slowly over time. We'll just kill someone every day till We Can Change Anything. And I think... Nope, I'm gonna try Letitia. I want to understand what happens to her as well. Or rather, when we have her gift, what happens. Oh, so I guess I can tell you a little bit more about We Can Change Anything, because I know. So first off, the amount of energy we gain from that tool is never displayed there. It is just, you gain it directly into your total pool for the day, but none of it is ever displayed by We Can Change Anything. I'm confused by that. You only gain energy from We Can Change Anything when damage is done to your employee as well. It looks like if you endure all the damage done, like when a 0 happens, you gain no energy. As you can see, we have still 534. 2. We gained 1. We gain 1 energy every time the person in there takes 1 tick of damage. Oh, and we get more. Sorry, looks like we do get more energy at the very end of it, but it's not very much. We gain 35 energy. And at the end there, we were taking like 7 or 8 points of damage. Now, granted, the armor that we're sending people in there with is not the best type of armor to work with We Can Change Anything. Work with is not the correct thing to say, because you're not really doing work with it, you're dying to it. But it should be if I'm going to do work with it, it should be people with decent armor. And Letitia's work was good, I think, because I see no issues with Lennon's Soul Hacker at this moment. Oh, but Lennon's Soul Hacker, you gained the hat. That's a shame, because you're going to lose that when I retry the day. I want that 57%. Alexei Home, you're going to go in there. Okay, yep, I'm watching this to see if, does this go up? I'm noticing that we're enduring 0. Okay, yep, and I just saw that we're now getting some energy. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, okay. Well, sacrificing a level 5 person seems to earn us about 35 energy. So, I guess that's good in an emergency. It might be good, actually, to give someone a portion of another world if I'm desperate for energy, and send that high-level person with good armor in there, and then let everyone else in the entire facility die. In order to complete that work and hit end day if I get a chance to do it. Oh, okay, yep, and I see the gift. So, Alexei Home has a heart over his head. And let's see what happens if I assign him to do work now. with an abnormality. In you go, I like to say home. I want to see what happens to you. The heart's shaking. Alright! And we get a horrific looking spider that burst out of him. Oh my god, that is terrifying looking. The wee witch's friend. It looks like it'll be very easily dealt with. It does sandy damage wherever it was when it shows up. I have to say, I'm doing a pretty good job with the bullets. Alright. So we assigned work with I like to stay home, and it burst out before he even made it there. So I'm assuming that, yeah, okay. I still want to finish up We Can Change Anything. Again, I'm under the mistaken belief we will keep all the research we are currently unlocking. This won't be the case, unfortunately, but I'll know that. Now I know that. I'm also under the belief that we'll keep any of the EGO gifts we get today. Oh, I died. Yep, so we lost the EGO suit. But that doesn't matter. We'll get all that back when we start the day. Everyone, we've only got about another 1 minute, less than a minute left. So, I'm going to stop talking here, let the rest play out, and thank you guys for watching this. This was a lot of fun. Hope you guys liked this episode, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in the very final segment when we get back to the deployment screen after I hit retry. The machine will produce energy after an employee enters it. Seeing as once inside, nobody ever comes out, it must be rather comfortable. How horrific. Alright, everyone. So, that was our first actual retry to keep a Dorkable alive. Now, I'm thinking that if we do make it further in this game, like significantly further, that there will come days when I will be losing high-level people, and I have to decide, was it worth it? Because I get the impression some days it will be. But today, this is an easy day. There is no reason why we should lose someone. We're probably going to do another bad day in the next video, rather we're going to retry again, because I want to understand what resetting time does with this machine, because I've got no clue. Oh, wait, did we lose all the information we picked up when we hit retry today? I didn't think it worked that way. Oh, wow, we did. Okay. Oh, you get to keep any of the PE boxes that you spend. I'm sorry, PE boxes that you spend. I think you keep PE boxes you earn with the... No, you don't even keep them either. Okay, so Retrying Today resets everything. I was under the impression that Retrying Today did not reset everything, that you got to keep some of the work that you did. But it looks like that is not the case. So we don't lose anything, but we also didn't gain anything. Okay, I was under the impression it worked that. Okay, well, this is great. I was under the impression it worked differently than that. Okay, so now that I know... Wow. Well, now that I know it doesn't work that way, then the very first thing I should probably do in the next episode is just... Oh, no, because I don't get to keep any of it. I guess we'll activate this 4 times, and then we just won't activate it again. And then the next day, we'll activate it 4 more times. So I get this information saved. Okay. I thought that Retrying Today, you kept any information you unlocked about the abnormalities, but I guess that's not the case. Or they've changed it since I thought it was the case. Okay. Well, the good news is that we didn't also lose anything. So everyone is back. And we didn't lose any of the equipment they had either. Their day is just completely restarted from scratch. Does resetting the memory repository keep what you've earned, but you lose the people and equipment they had? Is that how that works? Interesting. All right, I'm sorry. This was the first time I retried after really committing to the day. Okay, so that's good to know. All right, so I meant to fight this guy one more time, and I totally forgot to fight him a second time. So we'll do that again in the next episode. We'll do most of what we did in this episode again in the next one. We'll just not lose someone to the time machine. I think what happened is that when Adorkable activated its go back in time, I think Adorkable got sucked back into time with it. Or he got sucked to the future, or whatever happens with this machine. That's why they died when they activated the 5th time. So it's an emergency reset, I guess. Or I didn't even see what it did for me. So this may be an abnormality I go and look up online, because I didn't see any benefit to activating it 5 times. Maybe because the day was going so well, we didn't notice any benefit. Maybe this is an emergency pull the plug, get everything reset to like does it reset all the Qupilov counters on the creatures? Did it reset their energy or PE boxes? I didn't notice anything. So yeah, I'm probably gonna look this one up online to understand what happens when I reset it back in time. And the fight against this guy was cool. So he strips off all his clothes. He doesn't fight at all with his outfit. I thought he would. I thought I'd be fighting something from like Big Trouble in Little China, because given the hat that he's wearing. But no, he's completely naked. He's like a beast. He's the complete opposite of a very wise monk who uses his weapons. He just is a beast, and he's got an instant kill attack where he just ate someone immediately. And so when I see him open his mouth, I need to, I guess, pull everyone who's in front of him away from him in order to do that. So this was fun, by the way. I really liked losing this day because it gave me an excuse to see how some of these battles work as well. So maybe he has more special attacks. If in the future we get another day where things go very poorly, I'll probably end up deciding, yeah, let's keep going. Let's unlock if I'm going to retry, we'll unlock a WoW, another one, and we'll get some practice in against it. I think the next one we'll practice against will be, I think Dreaming Current will be next, because it looks like Dreaming Current floods the facility full of goo or something, and I want to see what that is like. It sounds awful when you're trying to fight him, so we'll let him out next. And I need people who are, low temperance levels. Oh, his Qupilov counter almost never lowers. He's going to be a tough one to free. I'd have to hire someone specifically to work with him to free him. Okay. Well, it's something to think about. All right, everyone. So thank you guys for watching. This was fun. I hope you guys liked watching the chaos that ensued at the very end there. And the reason why I decided to retry the day is because everything was going well. I didn't notice that we gained anything from losing Adorkable to that machine. And, well, I just didn't feel that was worth it. We can get through that day without losing a single person. There's no reason to lose him, and we didn't keep any of the information. So, yeah, we'll power on the machine again. We'll keep some of that information. We'll get through the day without any problems. And we'll complete, as well, Tipperit's mission. And that will be good in the next episode. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will hopefully see you then. Take care, everyone.